That's not good. That's why I need to remove that script. That probably screwed something up. Oh, nope, luckily. Okay, cool. Luckily that did not actually affect it like I thought it was going to. Woo! Okay. Okay. Let me make a post. This is actually a pretty good song. Waiting for some people to get in here. Hello, Cat. Hello, Lucid. Hello, Tabby. We're gonna go over some basic tips and tricks for the game today. I'm making a TikTok post real quick. Hold on. Last time I made a TikTok post, it deleted it because I apparently was not allowed to put my own TikTok link in. Or my, oh my gosh. The kitty cat's so cute, cat. But apparently I wasn't allowed to put my Twitch link in TikTok. It got very angry about that. So, this time I didn't put the link. Ha ha. Okay. So, we'll see if this gets anything. Okay. TikTok is such a pain. Like, it's, oh my gosh, don't get me started on TikTok. So, I'm going to give some oh my gosh. I am going to give some tips and tricks on how to get in the top rankings for the user rankings. So, some ticks. Everybody wants some ticks. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to show you guys the rankings here. So you'll notice that the people at the top of the rankings here are all people with level 50. But then there's me with level 26. And my level 26 is higher than this level 27. So the ranking is not going to 100% be based off of level. and it's not going to be 100% based off of days of seniority, as you can see. And it's not going to be 100% based off of acres because of other people. So the way that the ranking script works is that it takes a lot of different things. So these guys here are just really good within this month. Every month it re-updates and it re-changes and it kind of readjusts. So if I scroll down here, which I actually don't see them now, but we have one of our original moderators, one of our original beta testers, Abby Horses. And Abby Horses is gets very high on the ranking. And the reason she's really high on the ranking every month at the beginning of the month is because her days of seniority is significantly higher than everybody else. But the reason that I am not at the top with the most days of seniority is because my level is low and because of other things. So, if you can see, it goes on bar and space here. Now, it's going to estimate the top GP horses in your game. It's going to find the top 5, and it's going to get the average. It's also going to find the top 5 of your average conformation. So if you have a really high GP horse on your ranch, and you just keep it on your ranch, it adds to that GP, or that it adds to that ranking list. So, for example, I do Aztecas. But Aztecas are really low on the rankings compared to some of those other horses. So if I go and I look, the highest Azteca is 442. But if I got my hands on, if I go to all horses, if I got my hands on a 500 GP horse, that would play into my ranking. Wow, we officially have hit over 1,000 skills. Nice. I want to know what some of these guys look like in their stars. But it would officially bring you up to the ranking because you would have that adjustment. Hold on one more second. I'm going to adjust the TikTok, or adjust the website to show that we're live on Twitch. Tips, tricks, and rankings is what I'm going to call it. Cool. So that's kind of how you get a high, I know, isn't that insane? That's going to be how you get like a high ranking for a basic user ranking. It also bases off of how many births you've had a month. So, for example, once it loads, takes a hot second sometimes. Once it loads, you'll notice Dunamera on here. Now, Dunamera, which I love her, she's amazing. She has an Instagram channel, and I consider her a what's it called? A ambassador. But if you notice, her highest foals are 380, 360, 360, and then most of them are going to be 350s. But the reason she's so high is because last year, Dunamara was on the top 5 rankings for number of horses born within the year. She breeds so many horses. So many horses, it's not even funny, so many horses. So she's really high on this ranking because of the amount of horses that she's breeding and the amount of births per month. Now, when that ranking refreshes for the month, it typically will revert to me being high up to the top because of my days of seniority, and it falls back because everybody has 0 births for the month. And then it also will adjust some of those people that are 50 level back down. Now, I want to adjust it so that when the month starts over, yes, I'm fine with it adjusting a little bit, But I want these days not to be so impactful because, like, I do play, and I don't think that I should 100% be on the top 25. But I also think that people who are going to be, like, more active should be higher. So you'll notice, like, with some of these players, they've got only like 40 days, 36 days. So it really just depends on how many births you're having, that average GP, that average confirmation, days, level, and all that stuff. So I thought at one point I should contribute maybe goats or cows, because I was like, I feel like that should contribute, like maybe, you know, how many goats you have and how many cows. But I feel like if you don't want to focus on goats and cows, then that would just penalize you. So I don't know. I haven't really decided there. But yeah, there's that. And then I was gonna go through some more tips and tricks. So maybe, I don't know, I could, but I feel like, I don't know. Because there's a lot of players that are specifically, like, who just do goats. And there's a lot of players who specifically just do cows. And a lot of players who specifically just do horses. And I don't want, like, just the horses people to be on the top. But I also, like, I don't know, maybe the births per month is total animals. So it'll contribute that total animal number. Instead of just being total horses, it's total animals. And that way, that's a little more fair. And I don't know, because then I would want to do, like, your average confirmation goat and your average confirmation cow and average GP and GP you know, of those. But I don't know. I don't know. Chat to you is very lagged out. I don't know what that means. You saying, like, the chat, like, the typing is lagged, or are you talking about it comes in late on the video when I'm responding? So TikTok has a latency rule, which pretty much states that the text comes through and it shows on the screen at a different rate than what it actually is, so that people that are playing games that involve, like, screen cheating, like Call of Duty or something like that, they can't just go and screen cheat off of people who are streaming and know, like, their location and stuff like that. So there's going to be a latency between messages and stuff like that. That's pretty much all of that. So I was going to show some tips here. I've been living off a very low amount of moons lately, and it's not amazing. I know. So what I've kind of done here is I got myself a grade horse. Ooh, you know what else we should check? I haven't checked this in a few days. Let's check this first. Hold on. Whoa, that's not how you spell London. Okay. Okay, my horses must have lost. Because I had these guys entered into the Grand Championship, and I forgot to check it yesterday, so they all must have lost, which is just amazing. So we're gonna actually move, because I've got them here in this barn, so I'm gonna rename them Grand Champ 1. I need to be documenting this more. So we're gonna move Grand Champ 1 over to my Paint and Appy barn. And then Grand Champ 2. I'm trying to type like around my mic here. Hold on, let me put you right there. There we go. Now you're at the center. So we're gonna move Grand Champ 2 into the Painted Appy Barn again, and then we're gonna move this one into there as well. So this barn is actually gonna be my competition barn. So Grand Champ 3 is this one. Okay. I'll look at your comp thingy in a second. So here's my Grand Champion horses again. So I'm gonna go ahead. So I noticed something, and I don't know whether or not it's just because like I ran the scripts a few times, but now it's actually showing me this the placing percentage. So the placing percentage works now. Interesting enough. So your horse has a 35% chance of placing in the top 3, which is good. And then we've got this one, 35% chance. We've got this one, also has a 35% chance. And that's probably because all of their GPs are very, very similar. I think they're bred out of the same stock. But then we'll come back and check it again tomorrow. I really need to check it. I keep forgetting. And then I'm going to go ahead and sell these guys. I think these guys were high GPs, which is why I had them named Hold, Don't Sell. Yeah, 376. And this is a 383. So I'm going to do 6,200. Okay. And then I don't remember why I have this one, but I'm just going to hold on to it. So in your, in this barn, I have my competition horses. Now, I grabbed a grade horse the other day, and I decided that I was going to try and use that grade horse. So where is he? I actually think I moved him to the pasture. But I took that grade horse and I bred it as a, to make it a, I think it's in pasture 1 here. Yep, you. Okay, so I bred this guy, which is a 435 grade horse. Grade horses are gonna suck at competitions. So I bred this Perlino spotted blanket to a paint, and I ended up getting a Pintalusa. So this Pintalusa 439 is a result of that. And so I got her fully trained, and so now, actually I want it to be Western. Now this horse should be significantly good at competitions because it's going to be higher than a lot of the others. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to look at your thing real quick, Lucid, while I'm trying to... We're going to get a blood test done. Lucid, you have gotten down to 23. You need 23 more. You're very close, though. Don't run at 23. Like, make sure you... don't run the whole thing down, because I'm going to have to test, like, it breaking by adding in that code, because I didn't add that in, because I didn't want it to start breaking on people. So, only go a few more. We are adding in the fact that the competitions and the tack is going to wear and tear. I'm almost done adding all that in. But yeah, that's a thing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and this was a, what, 430? I forget what it was. But the fun thing here is I can breed it 439 to a 442. This stallion is your mayor's father. Well, that's not very good. 50 comps, that's a lot. These horses are related. Okay, well, let's do this. 441. This is also a 441. 441 and 439. Is this one fully trained? This one is fully trained. So at least we're going to get a GP increase. Okay. So I'm going to enter a few more competitions here. So my tip that I was going for here is if you can get yourself a group or a set of really high GP horses, one, it's going to help you significantly when it comes to the ranking because it'll calculate that into your top horses. But two, it'll also help you when you're trying to do like moon grinding because you'll be able to get more moons because you're winning more competitions. So I have now advanced competitions. I did decrease the admission fee from 500 coins to 250 coins. I also decreased the novice from 250 to 100, and I decreased the beginner comps from 100 to 50. Okay, my shoes are starting to get some wear, so we're going to go ahead and go to the farrier, and oop, I went too many without going, so I had 1,500. Yeah, I have some people who literally have like 20 or 30 of the same tack. And so I was like, you know what? It's not helping them at all for having 20 or 30 of the same tack item. So I was like, I feel like if I can make it to where, this horse is lame. I made it lame. But I was like, I feel like if I add in the fact that it's going to be wearing, that people can finally use some of those other items, and it's another like not money grabber, another thing that you guys have to pay for, which I know sucks, but I just added in the opportunity to get another 14,000 coins a day with the horse trader. So I have to add in another thing that will decrease the economy at the same time. So you guys have been using that a lot. I think in the last 3 days that has been released, you guys have sent over 100 horses to me. So yeah, I now have over 100 horses. So this is a 442 filly. What do we want to name it? Someone pick a name. Oh, did you follow the other day? I do see that you followed. Can you make a note of that? That I see Storm Chaser did. I also see Sylvie Melon did. And I also see Mortal Grievance, which is going to be... Damn it, I should have done a back button. This player right here, Lucid. It's going to be in all caps. There you go. So that person... So those 3 people will all need to be given the 50,000 coins. Z is hiding in the void. I don't know. Oh, how did I? Okay. I don't know how I did that. I am Z. This is the full, I think, that I just bred. Yeah, 442. Okay. Z, pick a name. Female name. Pick a name. Any name. Any name at all. Oh, Kat said Layla. Okay, Layla. So, I'm slowly going to try to increase and replace some of my fully trained horses up here. I've got some just random appies in here. And then Beep isn't trained. So I was going to sell Beep. So what is this one? 366. Is it a filly? It is a filly. So tip, my next tip. So if you are trying to use the trainer, let me show you the trader first so that you know what I was talking about that I was mentioning earlier. This is the horse trader right here. So what it pretty much is you can tab through here and pick a objective. And if you have a horse of that color, so right now they are looking for apricot duns, but I do not want to sell my apricot dun right here because that is my Morgan, although it is 350. And I am higher than 350 now, so I don't know. And then the hard objective here is I need a horse over 360 GP. And so I might actually just do this one because I was just talking about selling. So now I just got 8,000 coins for that one off the bat. So that's kind of a cool new thing, but I have to add in something that's going to be an expense now. So what I was saying though about the next tip is if you are wanting to use the trainer, if you do the taming and gait training before you send them off to the trainer, then they will be significantly cheaper than someone that you didn't gait train, because that intelligence level is going to signify how long and how quickly they train and how fast they learn the knowledge of being trained. So if you do the gait training of a horse, which I'm going to need another filly name, so if someone wants to give me another filly name here. Reba, okay. So I forgot to put the 366 Reba. Okay, so we're gonna go to the trainer now, and we're gonna grab Reba. So Reba ended up only being 19 moons and 4,700 coins because of the fact that she was already worked with before. So we're gonna select that. Lucid, did you see what I was saying about those other players? And then we've got this one. This is a 406, so 406, and I'm gonna do Pippi. Whoop. Good name guess. So I'm gonna wanna tame this one up. But it's significantly cheaper. Now, I don't know if I'm going to want to change that 6 hours at all. I do plan on adding in another item. And I'm planning on adding in account items. So some of those items that I think I want to do is, one of them is going to be allowing you to see kind of the future, and so you'd be able to see what the offspring of two horses breeding together would be. And so that would be one item that would be account based. So that one will be a big amount of horseshoes. And then I think that another item I want to do is going to be where it shows you the old age marker. So that one would be where you could see the old age marker of horses before it occurs. Another item I want to do is going to be where you can add it onto a horse, and every time you breed that one horse, you can select one of the different offspring chances of that horse. So I don't have enough moons. We've got 3 minutes until comps run, so let me go ahead and enter some comps with the last of these. Do we also really like what I did with the barns, where how it shows and displays now? No more arrow clicking back and forth between the different barns, and it just is easier. I think it's much easier. I was trying to find a way of making that easier for a while, and I just didn't really know how I wanted to do it. I know how I want to do it now, so I changed it because I wanted to. Got 1 more minute until comps run. Anything that's kind of full. Yeah, the only thing you're gonna have to watch if you do like extra comps the way that I just did like that is that energy decrease and the horseshoes wearing without you knowing, because you only get that notification when you come back. Otherwise, you have no idea that you overwore those shoes, and that can definitely screw up your horse pretty quickly. No, it should still be there in the horseshoe market. It should still be in the horseshoe market. I had them all tested the other day because I edited the script. Okay, thank you, Kat. I thought that you mentioned that you used it the other day. No, it doesn't. I just clicked this, and it disappeared. Oh, you're saying that I need to enable it to be manually clicked out? Oh, I thought you were telling me before, when you were telling me about it, that it wasn't manually clicking out. And I was like, it should, because it's supposed to be on every pop-up button. I don't know how. I might have to rename that entire pop-up window if I'm going to do that, because Jay had me change it over to closeout. So it was, when it changed over, it's based on all of it. Oh no, Meow is starting to get old. So another thing, which I don't know if you guys know this, but when a horse is a senior, once they've reached that senior mark, they now, instead of taking 25 energy, they now take 30. So you come back and it's going to be at 4. So you will not be able to do as many competitions with them as what you used to be able to do. So, yeah. Now, I've had people ask me about adding in like a retiring feature, And I think that that's a good idea. Except, if I add it in, it would only be accessible for horses that were seniors. Because I think that a lot of people will try to retire out like horses that they specifically wanted to keep, or horses that they, you know, they would just retire them out in a different way. The other thing is I feel like playing back into the real world situation, when you retire out a horse, you still have to feed it. And so I'm almost tempted that if you retire a horse, you have to pay a certain amount, like maybe a day or weekly, on how many you have retired. Because I don't think that it's fair that you could like just retire like 15 horses. You now have 15 stable room that you can use, but you have no repercussion of retiring out those horses. You still own them in a sense. So that's kind of how I feel about it, but I don't know yet. What is the GP on this one? 353. I think I'm just gonna leave this one for now. What did I get my moons up to? And what did I need it up to train that other one? Do we remember? I don't want you. I also don't want you. Do. Pippi needed 29. I now have 29. So we'll send Pippi and we'll check on what we've got now. So I think I'm going to go ahead and sell Meow. I'll move Meow to quarantine because that's where I move all of my horses before I sell them. It's kind of my sell barn. And I'll do 3,000 for Meow. And then let's go back to the stable. Go get her. She's now up. I've got these two paints, but I'm pretty sure they're at base level. And then, so here's Sophia. Sophia's Snowflake's one of my big ones. What's Jessie? 359. I'm gonna sell Jessie. I'll sell Jessie for 4,500. She's got some potential, so you know people can use her. And then I don't need just a paint, especially not that low. I haven't really gone through my horses in a while. I literally never play my own game. I forgot about the lack of space in my barn. Oh, and then I sold that one. And then what's Beep at? 356. But Beep is a stallion. Let me go ahead and sell Beep. Okay. Cool. So now I'm down to 12 in here. I've got this Tobro donkey. I honestly don't, or mule, I honestly don't need him. I'm gonna sell him for 6,000. I know that people like those guys. So that brings me to 11. So I've got my 3 grand champions. I've got some of these guys going up. These guys are trained, so I'm still kind of using them. But I'm pretty sure they're low. Yeah, 352. Okay, well what else do I've got? I've got... That's goats. These are my Morgan breeds. Here's my Andes. And these aren't really Andes, it's actually my quarter Andes so that I can make more Aztecas. So this is when I was trying to figure out, I'm trying to get a higher than 357 baby. So fabled is 375. Is there anything higher than 375 in the quarter horse? No, there's not. These horses are related. Interesting. Because that's not mine. Okay, so I can't go any higher with my quarters unless I breed out. I think Fabled was made by... What are you made by? A 375 and a 352. Yeah, so I bred my 372 to a 375. So what else do I have? Because I could probably make another 375. So 373 is sundown. So if I go to public coverings and I go to quarter horse, purebred, and these horses are related too, but these guys are not. Okay, so 373 and 369, and he's also not fully trained. So 373 plus 369 divided by 2 is 371. I'd get 1 GP point from mine. That would give me a 372. It's not worth the breed. But yeah, neither of these are trained. The highest trained one is this 368. Okay. I really need to, make a little template. I know that you guys do templates. I can't believe you guys do templates. I showed my parents. I was like, this is what my players do. They make freaking templates of their horses. Which, you know what? We can do a template together. Let's do a template. And then I can just access this every time I do. What do you mean? Oh, okay. My drive. We're gonna make a Google Doc. And this is gonna be Azteca breeding. Why is it so zoomed out? So when it comes to my quarter horses here, I've got 375 fabled, which I'm sure that you guys have like better ways to do this. So feel free to give me some tips and tricks as I'm doing this. So I don't own Hubert, do I? Hubert's owned by somebody else. Yeah, Hubert's owned by Ghosty. So Harley is the mother. And then I've got, we're gonna move that. I've got Harley, who's a 372. Okay. And then 373 is sundown. Yeah, some people make templates for like how they do breeding with their horses so that like when people breed together, they can like see who's related and who's not related. Okay, so this one's dam is Haley, which is a 371. I've only got 15 more minutes, Tony. But yeah, go ahead and unload. And then I've got 372 and 371, which is going to be 372 Harley, which is and you're lagging out. So we want Harley and Haley now. Harley is the daughter of Haley. Okay. So Haley 371 and then 371 Haley, and Haley's mom was not owned by me, I don't think. Was owned by me, but I turned it into a mare. So that's kind of where we're at there. So by that theoretic, Fabled could breed with Sundown's kid without being inbred. So we can start a line with Sundown. And see if we can get somewhere. So I think what I want to do is let's do mystery. They're inbred again. Okay. Let's do... We're gonna make burgers, but I told him I was gonna stream first because the dishwasher had to run, and he was like, okay. Also, I'm sure all of you guys know this because I know you guys are smart, but if you want to increase GP, you always do 2 fully trained horses together, and then you do the average of those 2 horses, and you add +2 if both horses are fully trained, +1 for each one that is, and that's how much the GP of the offspring is going to be. Ooh, we got a little Bay Roan filly. Nice. So this Bay Roan filly is a 372. So, cat, give me a name. Waiting for a name, cat. Or I could just name it Tempest, because that's kind of cute. I'm going to do Tempest. You were too slow. Sorry, cat. Okay, so... we start the taming as a absolute newborn. Then we should get a pretty high, oh, my horse doesn't have enough energy to do this. And I'm not taking care of it fully to do this correctly. We're gonna move Tempest over while I'm doing this. really glad I fixed the script for the pastures. I haven't encountered any more issues since I changed the script. Not sure if you guys noticed it. Tony, do not preheat that yet, because you haven't even made the meat yet. You've got to mix your meat with your stuff, and you've got to make your burger molds and all of that first. Tony's way of cooking is turn on the thing and stare at it. Right, babe? What? Right. No! And you can't cuss. What? I said you can't cuss. No, you can't. Because Twitch will cancel me. What? Twitch will cancel me. It's your fault. It's all your fault. My microphone is amazing. I didn't ask for it to noise cancel. Okay. So Tempest is now trained. I only have 12 moons left, but if we move Tempest into this Andy's barn here. Let me check yours real quick, Lucid. My server got rejected again, so I have to relog in. Okay, so Tempest is at 372. So we're gonna put her here. 372 Tempest. And her mom is Sundown. So now I can breed Tempest and Fabled to different sires and breed their baby together. As long as they so 372. Or I don't think actually me doing the two together will do anything. 372 plus 375 divided by 2 is going to be 373, and if I do plus 2 is going to give me a 376. So that's not a big enough jump for me to breed the two together yet with a gender flip. Because I feel like I need to be higher. Did you keep it preheating? Did you keep it preheating? No, because I could smell it. Okay, so Pink Princess has actually beat you, Lucid. Pink Princess is down to 1 use on her her tack. You have another 20. You have another 22 uses on your tack before you destroy it. So Pink Princess is running on like bare minimum right now, but since I don't have it actually destroy, it's staying alive. Lag might just be because we have so many people online. What do you mean you're lagging? Like you're clicking the button and it's just loading in circles? Is that what you're meaning? Okay, yeah, that's because your tack is technically supposed to be dead. So what I would do if you want to continue playing right now, because we're testing that feature, you've got to change your saddle over to a different saddle on that horse or on the horses that you're using. Because I haven't added in the destruction, or actually here. Well, no, I can't do that. If I delete it from the database, it won't work right now. So, it is going to lag until I add in that next feature, which is what Lucid is supposed to be testing here. I think she's got, let me see, how many more does Lucid have to test? Yeah, she has 23 more comps, but Dawnstar is close behind you, Lucid, so you gotta catch up. Okay, so if I do these two horses, so 372, I've got about 10 minutes and then I'll come with you. I know, I'm so sorry. What are you looking at? Right here, 55. Yeah, 5 to 10 minutes. If I breed these two together, I'm gonna get a 353 offspring. So if I get a 370, or I keep saying 350, 373 offspring, which breeding then to a 350, oh my gosh, 375 divided by 2 plus 2 is the 376. It's the same thing. I need to start using my own stallions. So I need to breed these two together. I need to get a colt. And then I need to breed the other one, get a colt, and breed those two babies together. Yes. Brain. And I also need more moons. So I'm gonna do competitions at the same time. Okay. So let's do some comps real quick. As soon as I get off of this, I'm gonna mix up some hamburger meat for Tony, and then I'm going to come back and add in that feature, which all I literally need to do is uncomment some code to test that it's going to actually delete the tack and untack all of your horses that are wearing that item. I might add that back. I had it originally like that, but people were coming over and buying 25 items like when they were like a first player because they thought they had to buy one per horse. And so because of that, I removed that because they were spending all of their money on tack. And then they would DM me and be like, I just used all of my money on buying 15 saddles. And I was like, why did you buy 15 saddles if you only have 2 horses? And they were like, because I plan on getting a lot of horses. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I removed it. I might add in where maybe they can buy 5 at a time. Something low, because I'm not wanting to deal with the children that are going to be screaming at me saying that they bought a bunch. Because believe it or not, even though I have it where it says tack is single use only right now, people are still double buying and triple buying, and they're like, oh, I didn't know. And I'm like, it literally is in bold right there when you purchase the tack. So I'm considering it. Just I need to make sure that the feature works and goes through first. Now, if you, like, let's say you have a black saddle and you have 10 horses using that black saddle, it will notice that you have another black saddle in your inventory, and it won't de-tack your horses. So you won't have to re-tack them again. It'll just remove it off of all of the horses if you don't have another item to take that other item's place. So that's how I'm planning on having it work. Did I get a colt? I didn't even look. I did. So 371. We're gonna name him Rid. Hey, Rid. So I also am gonna have it to where tack that is like an event tack that you purchased for an event that we had on game will be repairable with coins. I don't know if I'm going to add that in for regular tack or not because I feel like that's redundant. Like if you can go buy another one for $250, why would I have you like repair it for $250? Like I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. Because that's a completely different page. Like you have to go to a completely different page than I just feel like it would be redundant. But there will be a page that'll show you like all of your tack and the uses that they have and how many of each single one you have. So like if you have 10 black saddles, it'll show you, you know, 10 black saddles. But I don't know. Okay, so I only have 8 moons. I'm gonna go ahead and move Red. I think I just hit the profile button. No, I did. Oh, okay. I'm gonna move Red here. And then the last thing I'm gonna do before I end this stream for the day is I'm gonna go over to my Morgan's barn. Check on all my stallions that, I'm gonna sell this one. Okay. And then this one's fully tame. Still has 4 public coverings available. This one still has 10 public coverings available. I'm gonna destroy that. And I'm going to... Oh, anything over 100 coins. So, yeah, I'll do 800. That'll be a total of 8,000. Okay. This one is not fully tame. So I do about an hour at a time. Hour. Ooh, you really like me. Hour. Oh, and then I got 46 horseshoes. Dang, those are not horseshoes. 5 hours. Are you under? Oh, you are under 3 years old. Okay. And today you don't. That's another tip. Train your stallions before 3 years old. Otherwise, you get stallions that may be like this. And it kind of freaking sucks. But I wanted to add this feature in to encourage people to be working with their horses at a young age and to encourage people to be castrating their horses. So if they wanted to use them for an event or something like that, castrating them is the best option because they will move really quickly. So, I know, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna do that for the day. And then, let me check this guy out real quick. And this guy is fully trained, or fully tamed, so I'm gonna do 800. Get some coins going in. And then I've got this foundation. I'm gonna set him at 800 as well, because nothing else is going. Okay. So that is it for today. I appreciate everybody on. We are 2 more days away from finishing this affiliate journey, and I'm also going to be coming out with some tutorials on YouTube for genetics and stuff like that for everybody. So hope everybody has a lovely night. It's okay, Lucid. And I will talk to you later. And Princess, I will get that done ASAP. So give me a second.